Oh. Hi everyone, I am Colonel T. Sreenivasulu. I am a veteran of the Indian Army and a disciple of my Guruji, His Holiness late Swami Sahajananda Tirtha. I welcome you all to my channel, which has been named after my Guruji only, as you can see it. Today I don't have any specific topic as such to speak to you. However, I thought let me share a few thoughts, because today happens to be a Saturday, and every Saturday I come to a water body. Yes, a water body, as per the directions given by my Guruji. I am supposed to be performing some kind of a ritual. So I am speaking to you from Hyderabad, near the Hussain Sagar Lake, to be precise, on the Necklace Road it is called. So what I wanted to share to you is basically a few, you can say, call it as hard facts pertaining to spiritualism in general, and Shaktipat and Kundalini energy in particular. See, the problem with many people when it comes to spiritualism is lack of clarity, first of all. And it has been my endeavor, and I've been trying to sensitize all the yoga practitioners precisely on this aspect, because once you have a clarity on certain issues, then it becomes that much easier to pursue anything. If you don't have a clarity only on anything, then there is a kind of a thick fog prevailing everywhere. Yes, I am using the word a fog. I call it a kind of spiritual fog. As you all are aware, people are they cram their minds with all kinds of data. They get, with this kind of advent of internet especially, so much of data is available on internet, YouTube. Now you add AI latest to that. So you have so much of data available to you as such. And I remember when I have started practicing yoga systems about nearly 2 decades ago, there was hardly any information available on Kundalini energy or Shaktipat. I haven't even heard the word Shaktipat. I heard it for the first time in my life just a few hours before I received Shaktipat initiation. That was in nearly 2 decades ago. That was in 2007, to be precise. Till then I didn't hear the word Shaktipat. And yes, regarding the Kundalini energy, we have been hearing about a little bit the stories, all right. But they used to be little vague in nature. We never had any people claiming that they experienced the awakening of Kundalini energy and all that. Well, things were very much in vogue. It's not that if mankind didn't know about it, it doesn't mean that these things were not in vogue. They were very much in vogue. People have been practicing these yoga systems and tantric systems all over the world, and more specifically call it, you can say, in India. And it's just that people were not aware of it. That's all about it. Okay, anyway, now let's come to the general topic pertaining to spiritualism in this thing. See, my advice to everyone, most of the yoga practitioners, is it's all about fire in your heart and the intellect, not in the body. Fire in the body, belly is okay, all right. It will give you a healthy body, perfect. But what you need to pursue spiritualism is the fire in heart and the intellect. When I say heart, I'm essentially, I mean mind. For a different reason, why I'm referring to the heart as the mind. You know, generally when you go into the tantric anatomy, heart is supposed to be the seat of the mind. Anyway, that's besides the topic, and we'll explain it to you in some other video later on. See, now when it comes to spiritualism, I'll ask everyone one particular question. Please look at yourself using your mind as the mirror, using your mind as the observer, and observe it within the mind. By using the mind as the observer, look within your mind using your own mind as the mirror. That is the best way. You decide what you want. You come to a conclusion pertaining to your life. What are your inner ambitions, inner desires? And no, mind you, no one is watching. Only you are the witness, and the all-knowing, the divine power is the witness, sole witness. So what is the hassle? Be truthful. No pretense. You don't have to pretend. Whatever you are, you admit. Be truthful to yourself, because no one else is seeing you there. In the depths of your mind, other than you, there is no other witness. And of course, the God is always there. Yes, it is a different thing that we say you are none other than the God. So from this logic, it is basically the God who is the witness. So call it whichever way you want, or understand it whichever way you want. Either you are the witness to your own thoughts, and God is also there along with you, tagging. So then, where is the need for any hiding? Be truthful. You will get the answers. How sincere you want to practice spiritualism, and what is the essence of spiritualism, you will get the answers. Essence of spiritualism, everyone is aware as such. It is all about freedom. It is about freedom from every damn thing. Whether it is relationships, whether it is debts, commitments, your ideals, your desires, your fantasies, your ambitions, your compulsions, freedom from everything. That is all what spiritualism is all about. And how do you go about doing it? That's why so many yoga systems, tantric systems have been developed all over the world. How to go about doing this thing in a structured fashion. See, there's no point in doing it and beating around the bush, because you won't make any headway. Beating around the bush, I hope you understand the phrase which I'm using. Many people, what they do is they keep on beating around the bush. Lack of clarity, as I was trying to tell you right from the beginning of my video, it is basically the lack of clarity. People have no clarity on the essence of spiritualism. Second, what they want. Third, how to go about achieving it. Once you get the clarity, the game is off won. It's already won, you can say that. Then it is only a matter of time. See, when you say, very often I've been giving this example. When you say how rich a person is, you straight away take his assets and minus the liabilities. Take the assets and then minus the liabilities. Then you will have your answer. Whether the person is, first of all, has any money left, assets left to his credit, or he is in debts. A person may be having, let's say, $1 million. But what is the point when he has $2 million as a debt? That's what I wanted to tell you. You have to minus the liability first. Someone may not be having $1 million. He may be having just, let's say, 100K, $100,000. But he has no debts. Now you tell me, who is more rich? Someone who has got $1 million, but then he has got $2 million as a liability. Is he rich? Or someone who has got just about, let's say, 100K, maybe even 10K, he is more actually rich, because he has got no debts, no commitments. That's what I meant by the spiritual growth. The spiritual growth of a person is directly related to the karma which has been accumulated and in which he is stuck. Rather, I say it is inversely proportional to the balance of the stock of karma. More the karma is pending, that much he is spiritually degenerated. Yeah, I'm using the word spiritual degeneration. Sorry about that, but there's nothing to feel bad about it as such. A person may have accumulated so much of good karma. He must have fed the hungry. He must have donated for the construction of so many temples or other religious places. Buildings. Maybe he must have donated to charity, trying to fund so many other programs for the poor people in terms of free medical aid, or we must have fighting against the diseases. But all that is counted as good karma. It has nothing to do with the spiritual growth of a person. Please understand it. God is not here to to live among you as a fellow human being. Because God has created this universe. He is not bound by the human emotions or fancies. Then you may ask, then why all this necessity, why spiritualism, why religions? Look, I said separate topic altogether, otherwise our video will become too long. So therefore let us stick to this much. What is karma? What is the good karma according to the human dictionary? What is bad karma? Because in the eyes of the God, saint and a sinner are same. There is no difference between a saint and a sinner in the eyes of the divine. Please understand it very clearly. So whatever karma you have accumulated for yourself, that is your individual world. Go and face the consequences of it. If you have accumulated good karma, you have donated to so many poor people, you have funded so many temples, you funded construction of so many other things, then go and enjoy the fruits of it. Then don't expect any moksha now, because you are already stuck with some kind of a commitment. Look, commitment is commitment. You all know that. Whether you have fallen in love with someone, or whether you are you have a certain responsibilities in life, according to you, that is your problem. It is not the problem of the God. Call it your strength, call it your weakness, but all this language is yours. Because God has no such language. Please understand it clearly. Whatever karma you have accumulated, you have to face the consequences. That's for sure. But no moksha there. And don't even expect. Don't say, God, look, I have been working so hard. I have been helping the poor people. I have been going to temple so many times. That has nothing to do with your spiritual growth. That's what I wanted you to understand. Understand the essence of what spiritual growth is all about. Because if you don't have clarity on what essence of spiritualism is all about, then all the effort is in vain. It is just a sheer wastage of time and effort. Look, let me say this much. You may be a billionaire, right? It's a matter of time. The time is ticking very fast. Soon, your time is up. You have to leave everything behind. Now you will be born in some other land. Let's say, for example, you are a billionaire somewhere in one of the Asian countries. And once you die, next birth, you may be taking, birth in some, let's say, American continent, on the other side of the planet. Or even if it is within the same country, you will take birth into some other family. So why should you so much of attachment to what you have got? Use just a common sense, a simple common logic. Today whatever is yours, it will be over very soon. Because your life is ticking away. And you are not going anywhere. Never have you ever gone anywhere. Never you shall go anywhere. You are the immortal child. As an eternal soul, you are always existing, going to exist. A few decades ago, you must have been born, you must have died in some other family, in some part of the world. You must have accumulated so much of wealth, and your descendants must be still alive there. Today, if you go there, they won't be recognizing you. That's a different story. In such a situation, what is the point in accumulating the so-called wealth? Yes, for your survival, money is required. Fine. Without that, your survival is not possible. See, let me put it this way. God has thrown you into a kind of a you can say that tricky kind of a circle. For example, you wake up in the morning, certain karma is mandatory. You have to perform. You have to brush your teeth, you have to take bath. Otherwise, if you go out into the street, you are going to be smelling very bad for the people. I don't mind going out into the street without a bath, but it's for the people. It's not for me. It is for the people that I don't smell bad. That's why I take bath. And you got to eat food. You got to drink water. You got to have a cup of coffee. Certain karmas are mandatory. Without the karma, the sustenance of this body of flesh and blood is not possible. So if you have to sustain this body of flesh and blood, you have to take care of it. You have to take care of your body. You have to take care of your car. You have to take care of your house. If it is undergoing some repairs, or if it needs some blockages in the pipe, you need to maintain your clothes. I can't keep wearing the same clothes every day, right? I got to keep on maintaining them. So similarly, the moment the maintenance comes into play, the idea of maintenance, whether it is your clothes, whether it is your body of flesh and blood, or your car, or your house, or your relationships, if at all it is of any interest to you, you got to maintain. If without that, the survival is not possible. And if you don't survive, how will you perform yoga? Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to talk to you. The maintenance of the body is meant for practicing of yoga. It is not meant for anything else. Yeah, it's okay, fine. God has given you this kind of a body of flesh and blood. He has not created you like a robot. Therefore, sometimes you may feel like eating nice candy, or sometimes you feel like eating some, nice cake or chocolate. By all means, go and enjoy, because you have been created with some sensors known as sense organs, organs of perception as well as the organs of action. So therefore, but that doesn't mean that you lose focus on your primary purpose for which you have taken birth. You have taken birth means you got a chance to free yourself from this cycle of birth and death, the eternal cycle of birth and death. You got a chance to come out neat and clean. If you don't want, it's up to you. But go on pursuing the fame, the wealth, the power, what all you want. Soon you will be gone. Soon you will be gone forever. And what you thought? Who knows, you must have been the emperor of Rome 2000 years ago. Yeah, who knows? You must have been some emperor, let's say, in one of the Chinese dynasties, somewhere in the Middle Ages. But what happened to all those names now. As far as you are concerned, you don't even remember them. You don't even remember them. So that's what I have been trying to tell you. And so you will not remember your present life either. Do you have any control what happened yesterday? And do you know exactly what is going to unfold tomorrow? You have no idea. So, therefore, why are you running after all these things? Today you ask any gentleman or a lady who is pursuing spiritualism, tell them to question themselves in the depth of their heart. Are you sincere? You will get the answer. 99% people try to use God as a businessman for transactional purposes. For them, spiritualism means it's more of a business transaction. They will say, God, give me this, give me that, and I offer my obeisance to you. Or God says, my child, don't bother, I don't need anything. Because God doesn't need anything, not even your obeisance. So you decide what you want. You catch hold of any human being on the street. You ask him sincerely, let's say, let him question himself from the depth, within the depths of his heart. Let me tell you, God is the last thing everyone wants. Because everyone is so busy with this mundane life all around. Then why pretend that you are spiritual? That's what I meant by fire in the heart and fire in your intellect. Without that fire, the superficial surrender to the divine will be only superficial. It will only be superficial. They won't go any deeper into that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Question yourself, do you want to free yourself from the cycle of birth and death or not? If that be the case, you got to also realize all the world around you, which has been tempting you in the form of fame, in the form of wealth or power, they're all like superficial fragrance in the wind. Like a fragrance in the wind, tempting you. That's it. So, and then when you want to pursue now sincerely from the depth of your heart, God, I want to free myself from the cycle of birth and death, then there is a structured way for that. Like today, I want to become let's say, scientist. In the words of Swami Vivekananda, a great Indian saint, you all must have heard his name. If I want to become a scientist, if I keep on crying, no, I want to become a scientist, I want to become a scientist, how will I become a scientist? I need to go to a lab, I need to start experimenting. Then only I will become a scientist. Similarly, if someone wants to pursue spiritualism, free himself essentially from the cycle of birth and death, there is a structured way for that. That structured way is what we call it as, call it yoga, call it tantra, use any name, whatever you want. But there is a structured way for it. And for each category of human beings, the structured way is different. According to your temperament, your inspiration, you pick up one and you pursue. Pick up a guru. That is the way to do it. Because it is not possible in any other way. Because God has created this human society and ordained it to survive in a certain way. Human society doesn't survive like animal kingdom. You know that. Humans don't produce children without the institution of marriage. Similarly, humans, they offer their prayers. They respect their dead. Animals don't do that. So therefore, when you say that when you want to come out of the cycle of birth and death or the illusion of Maya, there is a structured way for that. And the only way is through the medium of a guru. Now many people ask this, how do we know how a guru is genuine or not? I say, first question yourself in the mirror. You ask yourself in your depth of your heart, are you a genuine human being or not first? Do you really want to free yourself from the cycle of birth and death or not? What do you want? Ask yourself. Mind you, no one is watching you. You are the witness and God is the witness. Then what is the hassle? Be truthful. Be truthful. Question yourself. What you actually want. And God shall grant you that. Of course, you will have to undergo through the maze of Maya to realize in the end that it had been Maya. If you keep crying, saying you go to a desert, you see the water in the distance because of the mirage effect. You go there and you cry, no, there is no water. I have come all the way. Oh God, what have you done to me? God will only laugh at you. Child, that has been a mirage all the time. There has never been water there. So therefore, you don't try to bring God to, within your limitations. And you don't expect that, no, you said whatever you want, you will get it. So, but then I am not getting it. Who told you that you will get it? You will learn the lesson that it has been a Maya all the time. That's what you are going to get it at the end. Look, every human being, unfortunately, is like a football. No, God is like that star football player. No, I don't want to quote anyone's name. I think FIFA World Cup is also going on right now. Sometimes you are kicked onto the left, sometimes you are kicked onto the right on a road. Left, right. Your life is kicked left and right by the God. Till the time you start rolling straight. That is the reality. Today you want to ask anyone to inspire people, why don't you pursue spiritualism? Why don't you pursue God? Not many is interested. He has to be forced to get interested. And that's exactly what God does one day. Or call it destiny, call it fate. Exactly the fate does that only, one day. So wait till that time then. Wait for your turn to pursue spiritualism. Or else, I'm sure you all are smart. You don't have to wait for the God to teach you lessons. If you are smart enough, you will know that if there is anything to be pursued, it is only divine. So there the matter ends. go after it. Go after that thing which is worthy enough to go after. See, if you happen to get an audience with a king, I'm sure you are not going to ask for a few grams of gold coins. You will bid for big things in life. You will ask for big chunk of land probably. And if you happen to get an audience with an emperor, you will bid for bigger things in life. Now imagine what you should be bidding for when you go to the emperor of emperors, that is God. Bid for his very throne. Bid for his very throne. That should be your large chart. That should be your ambition. So that's all I wanted to speak to you today. In general, I didn't have any particular topic as such. As I said, today being a Saturday evening, I usually come out to one of the water bodies to perform certain rituals as per the directions given by my Guruji, late Swami Sahajananda Tirtha. And I keep recording most of my videos because somehow I think I get inspiration only on a Saturday, it seems. Usually when I come out like this, generally I get inspired to record a video. And I also not bothered much about camera arrangements and all that. I just switch on my mobile, put it on the stand, and I start recording it. And luckily my mobile has been very good. I mean, the camera has been very good. I've been using Samsung S24, and the camera is quite decent. Of course, whenever I want to record shots, I use my the Ray-Ban Meta AI glasses. The picture quality is pretty good. So that's why I thought that I'll just record a few my general thoughts I wanted to share with you. As I said, at the cost of repetition, the problem with everyone who wants, any human being, when they want to pursue spiritualism, is the lack of clarity. Lack of clarity on as to what is the essence of spiritualism all about. A misunderstanding. It's a kind of a fog. It's like a ghost. Spiritualism, the concept of spiritualism, the word spiritualism is almost like a ghost. Someone has heard something from the internet, YouTube, read something in the scriptures. Now everything has got mixed up. People are unable to make any sense out of it. All yoga systems, tantric systems, everything got mixed. Now that is the problem when I say lack of clarity. Then next thing is a proper approach, like a structured approach. Unfortunately, they don't follow. Today, if you see, I have disciples all over the world, and many times I have seen many people keep approaching my disciples. Like I have got among my disciples who are all over the world, there are at least 2 generations of gurus. Means one generation of gurus among my disciples. There is another generation of gurus among my disciples' disciples. Hence there are 2 generations of gurus themselves. You know what, people keep approaching them because everyone ends up with doing stupid things for awakening the Kundalini energy. Now it is uncontrollable. Now they are coming and seeking Shaktipat initiation. Firstly, why do stupid things? When people do stupid things, they say, no, I don't accept any human being as my guru. But what can anyone do about that? And you go about doing your own way. Now there is an accidental awakening. Now you are in deep waters, neck deep. Now any guru you go, who will take responsibility now? The same thing is happening. I've seen, it is so pity seeing so many people approaching for help, because it's a gone case. Which guru wants to interfere now? Now, when I see such people, what do you expect? Should I be compassionate towards them? Because Shakti is going to sort the guru also out. Who am I to behave like a god? And on the other side, you get angry seeing them for having done such things. But it's a very unfortunate thing, and it is really bitter, maybe sounding a little hard, but that's the reality. People undertake all kinds of karma in the false bravado, in the heat of their egoism, and when they land up trouble, when they accumulate the karma, now they don't know what to do now after that. They don't know how to extricate themselves out of it. That's what I mean to say when I told you, follow a structured way. Without following structured way through a guru, you will land up in trouble. Please understand it. It is like going and taking self-treatment. If you don't go to a doctor, you have a serious disease, problem, health issue. You feel that you know how to go about doing it, and you end up in trouble. See, that's why, they say certain things it is best left for the professionals to handle. Certain things best left for the professionals to handle, even in mundane things, day-to-day life. So when it comes to serious things like spiritualism, how can anyone even imagine and think that they can go about doing on their own without the medium of your guru? God is watching, and you are trying to pursue God. Spiritualism is what? Spiritualism is all about pursuit of the God. And God is all pervading. The God is watching you. Now he don't want to accept the God in the role of as a guru. Then God will say, okay, go ahead, please carry on, whatever you want to do, till the time that gentleman ends up in a trouble. This is the problem with spiritualism. Lack of clarity on the essence of spiritualism, lack of clarity on the structured approach, what to do. And of course, I will tell you the last thing also. The fire in the heart and the intellect. The superficial effort or approach, it will be superficial only. You will not be able to dive deep. And when it comes to spiritual sciences, many people ask me, no, I am not getting the devotion. I don't understand how can I exercise my devotion to anyone? I don't even understand the concept of devotion. Forget about God, the gentleman God, I will tackle him later on. But how do I exercise self-surrender to anyone? I am like there's a nice saying, you call someone as an animal, he will take offense. How? This fellow is calling me an animal. Now you call him tiger? Oh, he'll feel great. Least realizing tiger is also an animal only. Tiger is also an animal, or a lion is also an animal, but you want to associate yourself with a ferocious animal like tiger or a lion, but you don't want to be associated with the idea of being an animal. This is what you call it as hypocrisy. Anyway, that is besides the point. So as I said, three things: lack of clarity about what the essence of spiritualism is all about, lack of clarity on the structured approach, how to go about pursuing it, and lack of the fire in the heart. That's the problem with the most of the mankind. As they say, and I'm not saying this, all scriptures have been harping on this. For any human being to pursue spiritualism, to free himself from the cycle of birth and death, what you need is basically, essentially, three things: a human birth and the desire to be free from the cycle of birth and death. Third is a guru. That's it. Game, set, and match. Finished the story. So this is what is required. You don't go to temple as a hypocrite. It's better you don't go there. Be what you call atheist. It is better, let me tell you. It is better to be an atheist rather than trying to being a hypocrite. You go to a temple, there's no depth of surrender in your heart, and whatever surrender is all illusionary in nature. Yes, I'm saying that the so-called surrender to the divine is also, sometimes it can be illusionary in nature. A person thinks he is surrendering, he is exercising surrender to the divine, but it needs only a little bit of testing. You will be exposed. He will be exposed. So that's the thing. And secondly, as they say, I was trying to tell you this earlier also. See, divine blessing itself is a grace. You can't demand it. You can't order God, grant me your grace. You have to, all that you can do is take the necessary steps in a structured manner, and rest, it depends on the God. Look, what I mean to say, let's say you are sitting inside your room, air-conditioned room. If you don't go out, how will the sun's rays fall on your body? Sitting inside your air-conditioned room, howsoever you desire deeply, how will the sun rays fall on your skin? You do what you are supposed to do at least. Walk out of your room, go out into the sunlight, then forget about it. It's not, thereafter it's none of your business. Whether the sun is bright, sunlight is not shining forth because of the clouds, none of your business. Your business is to walk out of the house and seek the sunlight. If you are lucky, you get the exposure to sunlight. If you are not lucky, it may start raining because of the clouds. No sunlight for that day. Yes, you can again go out next day. But what I mean to say is, you can only undertake the necessary steps for that. You have no control after that. Just like often I keep giving this example to the people when you want to go to bed. You can't order your mind to drift into a sleep state straight away. You can take the necessary steps, stop watching Netflix, switch off the lights, ensure that the room is comfortable. That's it. If you are lucky, your mind will drift into a deep sleep. And if you are not lucky, then you spend the night. So, similarly, you take the necessary steps, and it is none of your business whether the divine grace is coming on you or not. Arey Baba, people want to measure divine grace. What can I say about that? You tell me. Many people ask this question, Guruji, how can we know that God is blessing us? How do we know that we are progressing? The mind is fully occupied with so many other things other than the God. How God is showering the blessing? Your mind is busy. And your mind is busy trying to measure the blessing of the God. Your mind is busy trying to measure the spiritual growth. Where is the self-surrender there? You tell me, where is the self-surrender is there? It is none of your business. Then you say, no, if it is not my business, how can I pursue God? Then don't pursue. Go about doing your own, living your life. Who told you to pursue God? You will keep on getting kicked like the football in the FIFA World Cup, sometimes to the left side, sometimes to the right side, sometimes to the left, sometimes to the right. God will keep on kicking your life left and right and left and right. Yeah, one day you will learn how to pursue the God and the necessity of pursuing the God. It's up to you. Sorry, I'm not trying to sound harsh, but then there is a reality. Please understand it. Today you ask anyone, go to on the street, no, what is the use of God if He doesn't give me money? If God doesn't give me grant me some favors, what is the use of worshipping God? It has become a transactional thing. Now, where is devotion there? Okay, fine. Then don't call it spiritualism then. Forget about the concept of God. Forget about the concept of spiritualism then. Go on living your life. Have the transactional relationship with your life itself. See if you can make any headway, if you can gain some success, enjoy. And if you can't gain success, then cry. No, don't bring in another ghost idea known as God, religion, or spiritualism. That's where the lack of clarity comes in. Now, God is good only if He gives you money. People will say this. Go to hell. Who cares? If you say, I don't give a damn to God, do you think that God will give a damn to you about you? With your insignificant existence in this cosmos, if you think that you don't give a damn to God, why should the all-powerful God or the cosmos should give a damn about you? You only tell me. Don't you know how insignificant are we on this cosmos? There are more stars in this universe than the grains of sand on this earth. I'm not saying this. You Google around, modern science is only saying this. In such a situation, what is your existence as a human being? Reconcile sincerely from the depths of your heart. Using your own mind as the observer, go inside your own mind and observe your own mind and look at yourself using the mind as the mirror. That's all I want to talk to you. I'm very sorry in case if I have offended anyone. It's not my intention to offend anyone, but this is the truth, bitter reality of spiritualism. And I need to put it, I need to speak about it as it is. Therefore, no regrets on my side as far as my speech is concerned. I don't never regret. But then, this is the thing to be pondered over by anyone, and I'm sure you will all get benefited by it. The all-powerful Almighty may bless you all with wisdom and the devotion. That's all for today. Thank you very much, and we'll catch up in the next video.